Hi, I'm Marcus Fairs, founder and editor-in-chief of Dezeen, and I'm delighted to be talking to Rod White, chief designer at Philips TV and Sound today. Hi, Rod.
Hi there.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and your role at Philips TV and Sound.
Well, I'm Scottish. I'm based in Amsterdam. I have been based here for about 10 years. And I run the Philips TV and Sound division design team, basically, setting directions for all product categories. So we have televisions of all sizes, including monitors. And then for audio, we have basically a lot of time on headphones, true wireless, Bluetooth, soundbars. Those are the main categories that keep us busy.
What are the trends that are driving what consumers want, and also the trends that are coming out of the technology side of things in your sector?
I think realistically, by now there's been quite a democratization of consumer electronic design. So by now, most people have the same components. If you look at all the brands, the main A brands, but also the up and coming brands, if you're talking about an OLED television or a Bluetooth speaker, the components that create the products themselves, anybody can buy them should they wish to. So it's what you do with them. Normally, we have a 2-year cycle of research looking at aesthetic trends, societal shift. Obviously, we look at events such as the fair in Milan, which didn't happen obviously this year. So we're normally looking at what will be in the high street in 2 years from now as regards materials, forms, colours, and bringing them into the relevant propositions across the ranges.
So when it comes to design, do you have any guiding principles at Philips?
We created 4 key principles about 10 years ago, to make it easier for us to communicate internally, but also externally. The first of the 4 is basically to design all our products in a way that are easily understood. So if you pick up a remote control, you know which way is top, which way is front. That's an easy example. The second example is about basically no unnecessary decoration. So as European design, we want the products to communicate premium detailing, but not to have anything unnecessary on the product design itself. The third principle is basically the finessing of details. So if you imagine a complicated coming together of TV, sound and back cover molding parts, how they come together in a way that delights the user when they start to unpack the product and use it from then. The last of the 4 principles is investigating new uses of materials. So we spend a lot of time looking at combinations of materials or new uses of materials in products, such as the recent addition of leather.
Recently, you've collaborated with Georg Jensen. Can you tell us about that collaboration?
Yeah, of course. So around about 4 years ago, we as a brand, as a Philips TV and Sound brand, we decided that we wanted to go further than where we could purely with the Philips brand. So regarding televisions, we wanted to push the best possible picture, but combine it with the best possible sound. So for that, we've partnered with Bowers & Wilkins, which gave us the technology. We worked with Quadrat as an aesthetical trigger or reason to believe that we are bringing beautiful products into the home. And then we also did the same with Georg Jensen. So we created a limited run television together with Georg Jensen. So we spent time in their archives in Copenhagen with their team, a really amazing place. They have one product of everything they've ever made in 100 years in this old building, which is protected national space, and a very skilled, interesting group of people. So from that led to a television using their polished steel together with the stand and the TV detailing in general. And then last year we started the same discussion, but in an audio context, because we realized that basically we've had the Philips audio business under us for the last few years. We're starting to bring it back into where it should be as a brand. And we wanted to start having a dialogue with people who were more in interest of, they want a great true wireless system, but they want something that looks beautiful. They want something that enhances their lifestyle. So we had several meetings with the Georg Jensen team, looking at different forms, much more of a lifestyle offering. And basically that led to a choice of propositions, which were Bluetooth speakers, true wireless in-ear headphones, and power banks. So those things that are quite global everybody is in need of power on the go. Everybody has true wireless, and sound on the go obviously as part of that lifestyle experience.
The brands you're collaborating with, Kvadrat, Bowers and Wilkins, and now Georg Jensen, they're all European brands. Is that deliberate? Do you see that Philips is a representative of European design? And if so, what is that?
Absolutely. So obviously there's more than one take on what European design is. If you're talking to a fashion studio in Milan, then it's a different answer than you're going to get from a furniture brand in Scandinavia, but it's still European per se. So what we started with, going back 4 years ago with Georg Jensen and then Bowers and Wilkins, obviously we brought in Kvadrat early on to create bespoke, acoustically transparent fabrics that look good, but also perform to the way that Bowers expect. And then more recently, we've been working with a Scottish brand, Muirhead. So they're known in the automotive or the aviation or the luxury yacht world for interior finishings, steering wheels on cars, for example. So we worked with them basically as a partner that we've brought in the Georg Jensen powerbank, but we're also now working with them on other headphone detailing, basically as another proof point of European design. There's very different starting points, but everybody has the same vocabulary of premium understanding of craftsmanship and joy of ownership, and having consumers who are almost on a fan level. People who talk about Bowers and Wilkins talk about a club. You know, they're almost in a club that people, similarly with Georg Jensen, it's people who really are passionate about the brand. So it's something that we see as relevant across European design as a platform. Where we go from here with that platform is an exciting topic, which we are discussing. But for sure, yeah, we see it as a common starting point.
So Rod, please talk us through the products. I think you've got a presentation to show us.
Yeah, sure. So maybe as a starting point, this slide is a visualization, I would say, of designing products that can be easily understood by consumers, by users from a distance. Obviously, we're talking about television, but the communication of TV, ambilight, sound, and detail is very much there for the consumer to see. There's no question, there's no ambiguity, and it's something we try to build in, whether it's the ergonomics of the swivel on a headphone or in this case, a television. And this is repeating the point that we want to design beautiful products, but we want them to be designed in a way that adds no unnecessary decoration. So this was the soundbar on the 984 OLED television. So you see obviously the two brands there communicated on the brush aluminium framing, but the Kvadrat fabric that's on the front wrap adds beauty, and it becomes more beautiful when you get up close, but there's no extra detailing or unnecessary featuring that we see doesn't fit with the European design standpoint of Philips. About 10 years ago, Philips launched the Fidelio brand of headphones and soundbars, etc. So we are now in the process of the rebirth of the Philips Fidelio headphones, the X3. And this was the visualization that I chose basically to show the coming together of parts, so the finessing of the details coming together. So you see here, Scottish leather, aluminium frame, Kvadrat fabric, multiple parts, materials, but they come together in a way that's not a mechanical solution. It's a beautiful, elegant statement of what the brand can be. And always exploring materials, so unique materials and a different proposition or coming together of materials. So these are examples all from Muirhead. The power bank, the white object on the top is actually a remote control, the back cover of a remote control in white leather. And then the TV stand here, which you see with the metal framing, but with the branding left, electrochrome lettering on top of the leather, which is a leather wrap. Basically adding beautiful premium detailing where it's necessary. So that said, obviously we make premium products, but we also make core traditional products. As I mentioned earlier, we're in the process of rebuilding the Philips audio brand. So this is an example of adding value to an already oversaturated market. So this is moving into the Bluetooth speaker market, which by now is quite saturated. But we came up with a family that's just about to be launched. It comes in 3 sizes. again, wrapped in a quadrat fabric, but unique in itself, unique together as a family, and it allows easy ergonomics. It allows the product to be seen in the market, stand out, but from a meaningful standpoint. And obviously the material itself adds value to the context of use. So then the collaborations that we've had in the past, this is the Bowers & Wilkins iconic tweeter detail that they themselves have on their high-end audio solutions. So we've built that into the OLED Premium 984, which is actually here behind me, in fact. But those details that from a distance you don't necessarily recognize, but when you get up close, they have a reason to be, because the high tones that Bowers & Wilkins can achieve in the audio quality is from the detailing of the tweeter cap that you see there behind the mesh. So all the details are there for a purpose, but also from a distance successfully communicate premium positioning. So this was the Georg Jensen television that we launched. So it came together with a polished steel remote control. Obviously a television is 99% screen. So how did we add Georg Jensen to such a proposition? So basically the lower bezel was polished Georg Jensen steel, and then the form language of the stands that you see there left and right were referencing some of the products that we saw in the archive in Copenhagen when we spent the time up there sketching with their team. So the first range of Georg Jensen products that we're coming out with will have 4 products. And here you see on the left is the powerbank. So it has the polished Georg Jensen signature material finish together with a muirhead wrap on the body. So those waves basically communicate that it has Qi charging, so wireless charging for your smartphone. So basically it's a beautiful object in the hand, but also if you sit your telephone on top, it will charge effortlessly on top. Then on the right-hand side, you see a pair of true wireless in-ear headphones together with a charging case. So again, we bring in a much more organic, less tech, more feminine language together with the material choices and colors that allow the product to be unique, beautiful, and relevant. And that takes us to the Bluetooth family, as you see here. So this first range comes with 2 propositions. There's a small product that you see there in hand. So again, a detail communicating the brand detailing of Georg Jensen, organic in the hand, referencing some of the products they've done in their past, but with a bespoke quadrat weave that allows the 3-dimensional form and also great sound. So the small one has around 10 hours playtime. Then the larger one that you see on the right, it has about double that, larger volume, larger capacity battery. But again, there's a family look and feel. So it was a really thrilling project to be involved in with the team in Copenhagen. Reality is we should have been celebrating in Milan a few months ago, which didn't happen. But we thought this was a great opportunity to discuss and share with you where we've been going with Georg Jensen.
Great, thanks very much. So the products were due to be launched in Milan, is that correct? And have they been launched already, or is this the launch?
The launch will come from now. So we wanted to take it to the media in Milan with a few events together with Georg Jensen. I think, like most companies, we're keeping an eye on things when borders open up and how we can basically take that into a larger audience. But the products will hit the market globally on different parts of the world from mid-year.
It's not often you associate a technology brand with heritage materials and collaborations with heritage brands, but that seems to be what you've done here in a way by going to the Georg Jensen archive, working with fabrics and steels that are not cutting edge materials. That's something that seems quite unusual in your sector. Is that deliberate?
Well, yes, I think it's deliberate. In the end, there's a lot of noise. So we want to be different, but we want to be meaningfully unique, I would say. And going back to the point of bringing value to the home, we want to build products that make that are able to be sold in store. So basically they stand out against the competition, but we also want to design them in a way that will enhance your home or on-the-go experience. So we want to make beautiful products that you're proud of, and we want to make products that make people happy and proud, and obviously come back in the future and enjoy our brand further down the line.
Well, Rod, thanks so much. It's been great talking to you, and best of luck with the launch of the collection.
Thank you very much. It was a lot of fun. Take care.
Bye-bye. Hope to see you in the real world soon.